Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Shade of It All. My name is Robert, and today I have kind of a special video I want to share. So, over the last 6 days, I have not been able to make a living because I am an Uber and Lyft driver. And if you've been on my channel, then you know what I do for a living. Oftentimes, I'm talking about what Uber and Lyft does to drivers. I haven't for a while. But today I'm going to talk something a little different. And I feel that by what I have to say, somebody will receive a message that they needed to hear. To give a little backstory, I'm married to another man. We are separated. He lives in another city. I live here. On the 1st of June, I sent him the money for my registration. He sat on it until the 21st. And he finally did it. But prior to that, this is how I found out. He said, I'm doing the registration. He asked the vehicle's information. Then he asked me who my insurance was. I said, you have the insurance. He dropped me months ago and I didn't even know it. I've been driving around without insurance and had not a clue. So I scrambled that day to find insurance. Got insurance. I had $28 in my account that day. I was scared to death. I've never had that least amount of money, ever. I mean, I've been broke, but not like that. I reached out to family members asking for help. Nothing. They didn't even respond. Is everything okay? What can we do to help? Started up a GoFundMe on Facebook. Nothing. The following day, all the money I spent that day, because I spent money prior to me having to get insurance. I had no idea the storm that was coming my way. None. I earned everything back that I spent and then some. The universe blessed me. I'm a wicked, or I'm not a wicked, I'm a witch. I believe in the universal power of the law of attraction. I practice witchcraft. So that was storm 1. Almost 30 days later, actually 30 days later to the day, I enter into my next storm. Whenever I find out my registration hadn't come. Couldn't drive on the 1st of July. I've been sitting in this house for the last 6 days by myself, well, with my dogs, wondering how I was going to survive. I knew how much was in my bank account. I've been trying to watch my spending. I talked about it on Facebook and TikTok. Nothing. Nothing. Today was the first day that I mentioned it to my family. Didn't care. See, that's whenever you find out what people really think about you, is when you're in that storm and you have nobody to turn to. When you have to go through that storm by yourself, and you're in fear, and you're sitting up at night, and you're wondering, what am I going to do? That's when you're tested, tried, and true. That's when you're pulled. That's when you're stretched. That's when you're being molded, if you will, by the potter's hands. My potter's hands is the goddess and the horn god. But I cussed. I cursed. I swore off being a witch. Some would think, well, that's what you get for believing what you believe in the devil. Well, no, it's not the devil. But I held on. Something inside of me says, hold on. Every day I got up as if I was going to go out and drive that day. Every day. But I did sit inside this house. Yesterday I sat outside all day long, sweating my ass off. Anything to get out of this house. Anything. Because I wasn't going to sit and dwell. See, that's when you're being defeated. It's when you sit and dwell on it. You got to keep yourself busy. You can't let it get to you. Pray through if you must, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're Buddhist, if you're Hindu. Light incense. I continue to practice my magic. I got up this morning. I knew something was different about the day. I knew something was going to change. I knew tomorrow was day 7 since the last day that I could drive. 7 is my life number. And if you know anything about numerology, 7. But today was 6. I asked my ruins. Right here. Ruins. Yes, I would have my registration tomorrow. But see, this is the thing. This is what I want someone to hear out there. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. You have to go through it alone. Do not surround yourself with people. You want to know why? Because they'll try to steal your blessing. I told you I was praying for you. See, I told you everything would be all right. They'll try to take what was yours. Where was they whenever you were sitting up all night wondering how you were going to feed your kids? Where was they when the money appeared to pay your electric bill or your rent? Where was they when you needed gas for your car and you asked for help? Where were they? Nowhere to be found. They're only there after you receive your breakthrough, after you receive your blessing. That's the only time that they'll ever be there. But the moment that you're out there looking for some kind of help, they're nowhere near to be found. But the moment you receive that blessing, where the hell did y'all come from? Yeah. That's exactly what I've dealt with today. I tried explaining to what I've been going through for the last 7 days. I got a deer in the headlight look. Didn't care. See, that's when you know you're alone. When you try to share the happiness of your breakthrough. I made it through that storm. And nobody cares. That's when you know that you have nobody to thank but whoever it is that you worship. And I think that's by divine design. So that you build faith in your faith a little bit more. I want to cry right now. You have no idea the welling inside of me. Because I'm truly blessed this day. Because my goddess and my horn god, they blessed me. But not only that, I got tired of sitting and waiting. See, the post lady was looking for the piece of mail that I wanted, that I needed. But then I'm in HEB today. And I'm like, you know, I should probably mention whose name it's on, it might come in. And she tells me, listen, I sent a piece of mail back last week. My husband's name, because he doesn't live here. Fear came over me. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me? I'm thinking this inside. You're kidding me. But then something else inside of me says, call the state. The lady on the other end. See, I did a magic spell after I talked to her. A drawing spell. Gave me the footsteps that I needed so that I could get a replacement sticker. I've been sitting here 6 days. 6 days alone. Nobody to talk to but me, by myself, in this house. Alone. It was like COVID with no COVID. So I text my husband, tell him the situation, what I need, what can happen, what can be done. He sends me the information that I need. But I told him I needed a written note. He sends me a text. Not the brightest person in the world, mind you. So I go down to the county collector's office. Get my number, sit there. I'm like, something's different. I'm going to walk out of this building with my registration today. I drove there knowing this is the day. This is the day I get my breakthrough. I walk in, stand there talking to the lady. She's worked with me. She goes, I need a note. So I call my husband up. You know, it's interesting. When you need something from somebody, they act like you're a goddamn burden. Tell them exactly what I needed. Then I text him, please hurry. I'm running out of time at this point. Standing there talking with ladies, keeping up light, making them laugh, explaining what I'm doing, my situation. Finally it comes. I couldn't get the email to go through. There was a force trying to block me from keeping my registration. Finally, I got one to go through after the fourth time. She got it. 5 minutes later, I'm walking out of that building with my registration for my vehicle. I get it on my car, I take pictures, I send it to Uber and Lyft. Joyous occasion. I'm excited because I made it through another storm. I just been through a storm 30 days prior. I should have learned my lesson then that the universe will meet my needs. But no, I questioned. I doubted. I sat here on my ass and did nothing when I could have went and got a replacement sticker days ago. I want you to hear the words coming out of my mouth, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just sit and wait. You have to live life. Pray through. Fast if you have to. Do what you got to do. Look for ways to get out of your circumstance. And the universe, your God, whatever you believe in, will meet your need. But what I want you to know, look into my eyes. In that storm is when you find who you are. And when you find out who really matters in your life. Who really matters. But you have to be alone. You've got to be tried and true. You have to be stretched. You have to be pulled. You have to allow whatever it is that you believe in to do its work in you. So that when the blessing does come, you can appreciate it and you take nothing for granted. See, the lessons I learned during the 6 days: quit spending so much damn money. Quit acting like It's an endless supply. Quit complaining, but be blessed. The universe always blessed me, but I'd always complain about the amount of money I was getting. I'd always complain about my passengers. I wasn't happy. I had to learn that lesson. I had to learn the lesson, and it was a very valuable lesson. See, your blessing may not come in the way that you think it will, but receive it and be blessed. And do something different so you don't go through that storm again. See, the biggest thing that we fail to understand is when we receive our blessing, we'll curse it. And then we have to go through it again. The next time will be a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult. We have to pray through. Listen to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody needs to hear that. Be blessed with what you get. Do not take anything for granted, because it can be taken away just as easily. And when you enter that storm, sometimes you can see it coming. Sometimes it's a right hook out of nowhere. Keep your mouth shut. Pray through. Get up every day with a smile on your face. And live life. That's my message to you. But if you can't go nowhere, like you were stuck like I was, hold on. The universe will throw you a lifeline every day. Hold on just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. And whenever you've sweated out it enough, when you've persevered enough, when you've cried enough, when you've cursed enough, when you've yelled enough, when you've feared beyond anything you could ever possibly imagine, in that darkest moment, like mine with the post lady today, telling me that she sent back a piece of mail today, last week. And fear sweeps in. And then you're like, fuck this. Something needs to be done. That's what the universe wants you to do. Get proactive. Find a way to circumvent. Because you got to remember, you're dealing with forces that are not good, that are out to destroy you. Circumvent. I'm sitting here waiting on the damn mail. There's a hindering spirit out there, or a spirit that prevented me from saying, hey, this is coming to your husband's name. You need to tell them. Or talk to the post office. Because I'm in the storm at the moment. I don't know what to do. But as the storm progresses, you start to learn to dart through the lightning strikes, to how to cover from the thunder, that when the rain is coming and pounding, how to put up shelter. When the waves are crashing, how to duck and cover. You're learning how to do these things. That's the point of the storm. It's a fight for your life. It's fight or flight. Our basic primal instincts. So you're bobbing and you're weaving and you're praying and you're crying. You're doing all these things. Sometimes we just need to be still and listen. In between the lightning strikes, the wind, the rain, the waves, be still and listen. The universe will tell you what to do. You just have to have ears to hear, eyes to see, and a heart to receive. But I hope somebody got something from this today. All right, this was a huge lesson for me. My first storm, I took it for granted. Why? Because I've been doing good since then, but I hadn't been saving money. I've been spending it. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Will you learn yours? Until next time, y'all have a blessed day.